My name is Damien. This is Portland. Welcome to America's Security Guard. So, one of the big questions about being here in Portland is why are so many private businesses like what we have around us here, why are they turning to private security? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, you've got the issue with law enforcement in terms of staffing, in terms of numbers and the ability to respond to things. You also have the remnants of the defund movement, which led a lot of officers to leave law enforcement and also kind of dwindled in terms of the number of people that were able to be hired by different departments. Now, the politics that surrounds law enforcement, the politics that surrounds response, regardless of where you fall on either side of that spectrum, these businesses still have to be protected. The people that are in these areas, they still need someone or something to respond to issues. So that's kind of where private security has filled that gap. Since 2020, you've seen a huge explosion in the private sector for private security work. And I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that COVID showed that regardless of what's going on, the issues don't stop. And in fact, when there's a natural disaster or a national emergency, things only get worse. So if the police are not able to respond, be it by any fault of their own or no fault of their own, the people still need that help. If you're working with a private security company and you need someone to respond to tents being on your property or someone using drugs in front of your building or people suffering from mental illness or some sort of emotional distress, if you're a business owner, if you're a stakeholder, and you don't want a response where people show up with firearms, you can hire a private security company, and that private security company can respond in the way and the manner that aligns with your beliefs and your political outlook and your emotional feelings towards the people that they're dealing with. Also, it gives you the opportunity to tailor the response in other ways. If you want a response where the people that show up are more outreach based as opposed to enforcement, you can hire a company for that. If you want someone to simply roll by in a vehicle 3 times a day, document that they were there, observe and report, you can hire a private company that does that. If you're one of the stakeholders in a city like Portland, you own a company or a business or a building, and you want a more aggressive approach in terms of response, you want people to actually show up and physically get involved, you can hire a company that does that. The private model is like a buffet in terms of what can be offered to each individual stakeholder, to each individual business owner, to each individual apartment complex. You can set it up any sort of way that you want, and I think that more people now are starting to see the benefit in that. You're gonna always need law enforcement. We're not an enforcement arm. We are not here to enforce laws. We're not here to play law enforcement officer, but in this triage role that private security has become, that first responder in terms of being on the scene to deal with the issue and kind of get it under control before law enforcement shows up, I think that people in positions of power, people in positions of decision making are seeing the benefit of being able to tailor that response to how they see it or how they want it. And that's an amazing thing. That's one of the beautiful things about America. There's so many different options that are out there. And, you know, here in Portland with all of the different businesses and people having a desire to do things in a way that aligns with their political beliefs and their personal beliefs, I think it's just awesome that we can offer something like that. So that's probably why you're seeing such an explosion of private security companies working for businesses, working for consortiums, working for neighborhoods. And I only think moving forward, you're gonna see this grow. It's a beautiful thing in my opinion. Morning, guys. How are you? Good. Hey, knock knock. Hey, good morning. I just saw you laying down over there. Are you okay? Okay, I was just making sure you weren't in any sort of peril or passed out or something. You doing okay today? You need anything? Can I get you a cigarette or anything? Yeah? Did you sleep out here all night? Yeah. Do you have a place to stay? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a cigarette for you. You need any food? Right? Okay. Is there somebody else over there? Okay, is he asleep? Okay. All right, well, I'm just checking on you. I wanted to make sure you weren't passed out or something.
All right, well, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I was just walking by. I'm not here to bother you or anything. I hope you have a great day. Absolutely, I just want to make sure you're okay, all right? All right, you take care. All right. Hate to see that. It's you start kind of seeing people laying down and covered up in blankets, and you never know. I mean, it just breaks your heart that people are going through this. So anyway, looking forward to seeing more opportunities to share what we're doing out here on the streets. There's guards everywhere. They've all got stories, and hopefully we can share them with you.